Hey everybody, this is my Brackish tank, and today we're just going to do a little quickie update on it. Once again, I have begun treating for the Red Slime Cyanobacteria. I was about to sort of just break this tank down and kind of start from scratch and clean it all out completely, but I spoke to a friend of mine recently, and I don't want to get into too many details, but he has suggested a gadget that might help me. And I don't have access to it. He lives overseas. He says he's going to get one for me and ship it to me, and we will see if that makes a difference. It won't be till about the middle of August before I get it, and that's if everything goes as planned. So I'm not, going to count those chickens until those eggs hatch. But in the meantime, I decided that it was due for another treatment because I went in there this morning to do a water change, and I followed the tip of one of my viewers. And instead of using the great big siphon that I had been using, I used a little airline hose to siphon. And, it draws so little water out, I was able to draw a great deal of the red slime out without really removing much of the water. So once I had done that, I actually got the larger siphon and did an additional 4 gallons or 4.5 gallons even, while I was able to suck up the gravel and stuff off the bottom. So anywhere where I saw large areas of red slime or colonization of the red slime, I would go ahead and just suck the whole area clean and get it out. The only area I wasn't really able to get, and we weren't really not going to be able to see too well in this video, is in the back here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a look behind the light here. You can see on the rocks I wasn't able really to get back in here just because of the positioning of everything. So there is still a healthy amount of the red slime still living in there. I just probably pulled about 80% of it out though physically with the water change, and now I've added some of the treatment again, and you can tell Butterbean's in there pacing the glass. He's not happy about all the commotion in his tank again today. He's really skittish anyway. He doesn't take well to change. He doesn't take well to sudden movement. Whenever I walk past his tank, I always have to be a little bit cautious so I don't startle him. I'm always afraid he's going to come flying up out of the water someday. I have seen him bang into the glass fairly hard on a few occasions, so I don't like to get him too startled. So days like today where I'm actually in there and doing some work on the tank are not happy days for him. But it's for the best in the long run, and he'll appreciate it when all is said and done and he's got a nice crystal clear tank. I, on the other hand, will appreciate it when my basement doesn't smell like red slime cyanobacteria, because the stuff stinks. So I'm done with all that for now. The nasty stinky part of removing it from the tank, I've got all that disposed of, and we are now underway on treatment. You need to very, very thoroughly aerate your tank. I have both filters going. I've lowered the water temperature. I've lowered the water level, as you can see, to create a little bit more of a waterfall effect on both of my filters. That will carry the water deeper into the tank, and it will carry that oxygen-rich water deeper down into the water column. And then, of course, the bubbles there actually serve to bring the water from the bottom of the tank up to the surface, where the gas exchange happens, and it cycles that oxygen poor water that's deep down in the water column up to the surface, and we keep a nice steady amount of oxygen going to the bottom of the tank. My concern is that I'm still not getting enough oxygen in this tank, and that's where that little gadget's going to come in handy if I wind up getting it. So stay tuned. We're going to keep on working on this tank little by little. The only reason I'm not in any huge hurry to really just get it done or whatever, and I'm not sweating this, is it's not hurting anything. It stinks, in the basement a little bit here. It's a little bit of a nuisance. It doesn't look pleasant, but it's not hurting anything. As long as I don't let those levels, of bacteria just grow out of control, then it's not hurting anything in the tank at all. It's completely harmless to the fish, and other than doing things with the gas exchange and using up too much oxygen and stuff like that, if you let it get really, really out of control, otherwise cyanobacteria is nothing more than a nuisance, although this is proving to be a very, very stubborn nuisance. So that's why I'm not too worried about really getting in there and cleaning it up. I'll get to it one day, and I'll either redo the tank, but now that I've got this other option, I want to play that out first and see how that works, and if it works, great. If not, I can always tear the tank down again later, because, as I said, no biggie. It's not hurting anything. So thanks for watching this little update. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not already. There'll be plenty more to come. I'm always doing something somewhere, and this tank alone occupies a lot of my tinkering around time, because I'm always struggling with this damn red slime cyanobacteria for some reason. So thanks again for watching. Thanks again for subscribing, and I'll see you real soon on the next one.